Greetings everyone, Blue here with another video for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The beta was released yesterday for those brave enough to pre-order the game, which I was brave enough to do. Just kidding. Overall, the game feels awesome, and I am loving it to the extreme. Gunplay feels amazing. The 3 maps we have been given are also really fun, and I love how the symmetrical 3-lane maps, so to speak, are finally done and over with. Enough with that, however, as you came to hear my thoughts on the missing minimap. Fair warning, I am a caster and an analyst, and not a pro, or aspiring to be, but that doesn't mean I don't have crucial information that could contribute to you having greater success in game, as I sometimes, more often than not, seem to see things from a different angle than players do. Now, not having a minimap is something Call of Duty has never done, and it has already gone viral on Twitter from the outcry from both casual, amateur, and even pro players. Now, this game not having a minimap seems like something that is out of this world and should not be that way. In reality, though, it does make a tiny bit of sense. Infinity Ward tried adding new stuff as well as bringing old stuff back, and I'm all for it. Here are my reasons around no minimap and why to me it's no big deal, while being something fresh and possibly even raising the skill gap. No minimap could be a way to enforce people to be in game chat more often on comms to help each other achieve a common goal, which would be winning, no doubt. For too long, game chat has often been the place for toxicity, and in tons of games besides Call of Duty as well, having no minimap could help terminate some of that nonsense and unneeded garbage and instead further encourage people to work together and make callouts. At higher levels of skilled play, this could also make league play a more enjoyable time or create for more sweaty and engaging matches. Next is footsteps. What people refer to as quote-unquote sound whoring could be a big part of a player's gameplay in this Call of Duty, and it works in this game to some degree, however. Enemy footsteps are the same as teammates, but now we are able to see outlines of our teammates through walls and such around the map to help us create a mental image of where they are. So if you hear footsteps behind you and you see no teammates outline, someone is there most likely. I haven't been impressed or found footsteps as useful in any of the Call of Duties since Ghosts, and even that was pushing it a tiny bit. As with this Call of Duty, however, I find them very useful, and I can determine whether the steps are above, below, as well as the right or left, or even behind me fairly nicely. Headphones 1 is the best option I have come to find in the settings, and pair that with a nice headset and you seem ready to go. I personally use Astro A40s with a mix amp to be exact, and I have linked a fair price in the description below if you feel like picking some up. The newest version just dropped too, if that interests you. Now, the next thing is your compass. Directly center at the very top of your screen is a compass. And when an enemy with an unsilenced weapon fires a red diamond indicator, it shows the general direction of the enemy who is shooting. This gives you a general idea of where they are, and also gives the enemy a chance, and not just give away the exact location to set them up for their inevitable doom. I find myself diverting my attention to the compass quite often, unless I am in a gunfight or in a heavily populated area, which seems like basic gameplay to me. Now, another reason I see no reason for a standard minimap is due to the kill streak. Reaching just 3 kills, yes, 3 kills, provides you with the option to create a minimap for yourself. Personal radar is a streak that is an escort drone that enables the radar for the owner and also pings nearby enemies. Now, with 4 kills, you can have the standard UAV streak. This is so easy to obtain, especially in a game that is, yes, slower than Black Ops in movement, but has a much higher TTK. That's time to kill for those unaware of the acronym. These kill streaks are the 2 lowest tiers and come in handy. There are also 2 of the only 4 available currently in the beta on day 1. Just imagine if your entire team in the beta is running the UAV and you guys learn to use them when one of them goes down or runs out of duration. You could have a permanent minimap or an extended one for a very long period of time. Now, the final and most important reason I think no minimap is a big deal is due to the in-game perks, equipment, field upgrades, and death markers. Okay, so death markers don't exactly help you, but it's still a good tool to learn to utilize in certain situations. However, let's talk about some of the others. Field upgrades are basically equipment that you can use once they fully charge in the game and can do so over and over and restart their charge once you use them. There are 3 charge rates, being slow, medium, and fast. Recon drone happens to be a field upgrade, which is a remote controlled drone that marks enemies. Now, yes, this has a slow charge rate, but with perk 3 tune-up, you can increase the charge rate by 50% and basically just be a manual UAV for your team. As for perks, there are 2 that could help you. Perk 3 has Tracker, which allows players to see enemy footprint trails and leaves markers at death locations. Death locations coming in handy. Perk 2 gives you High Alert, which pulses when enemies outside of your vision of view see you, which could notify you when to seek cover or when to turn around. Then there is an equipment item, Snapshot Grenade, which provides a momentary glimpse of enemies within the blast radius. So it's basically just a camera that you're throwing at people, or a UAV that you're throwing, and it explodes. Now, this is in a default loadout in the beta currently, not available for you to put in a custom loadout. And I actually used it very often in the HQ and domination modes when checking the objective for enemies before engaging. I toss it in to the HQ before I go in, and it blows up. And if anybody is marked, I know where they are. Now, you see, a minimap is very crucial and a pivotal part of a COD player's arsenal. Change is good sometimes, and sometimes it's bad. But after just one day of play with something like this missing that you have had for all of Call of Duty eternity, cannot be just thrown out, in my opinion. I say let it ride out through the rest of the beta period, and maybe even for the next beta weekend to really get a good feel for it and a better assessment once they allow more items, perks, and in-game content to be playable. Until then, I think no minimap is a cool change and something that'll get taken used to and will provide for interesting gameplay none the least. So overall, what do you think of the no minimap in the newest Call of Duty, whether you have played the beta or not? Let me know in the comments below and tell me how you like the gameplay if you have played. And for those who haven't, how excited are you for the game's release? Don't worry, Xbox players, you may not have the ability to play the game just yet, but your opinions matter to me, so go ahead and join in on the conversation. Now, if you enjoyed the video, then click away on that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up and share it with some of your friends. As always, my name is Blue, and you can find me on Twitter at RealBlueTV with no E in blue. Don't let life get in the way of the grind, so keep grinding.